JJ Redick has built a new offensive game plan, this time revolving around Anthony Davis, as the Lakers are now going to be running their offense through him instead of LeBron. Now, AD hasn't and won't be bringing the ball up the floor consistently, but by using dribble handoffs and screen work, he can facilitate the offense at an extremely high level in the half court, which we saw lots of in the preseason. But that's not it, as JJ has been vocal about how he wants AD to take and make more threes, and to just be more aggressive scoring the ball overall. And in the first game versus the Wolves, he was truly incredible offensively. Here, Conley and Gobert get mismatched and try to communicate a switch, but it's poorly executed. And with a little bit of daylight, Davis makes them pay. Now with Reeves out of control down low, it's Davis who vacuums it in and finishes strong over Rudy Gobert. Out of halftime, the Lakers run this beautiful play. As first, it's a Reeves-James pick and roll, and once McDaniel steps up to Reeves, it's Rudy who has to help on James, allowing LeBron to make an alley-oop up top to Davis. Now in an isolation against Rudy, AD gets to this beautiful step-back jumper and buries it to beat the shot clock. If Anthony Davis is making his jump shots at this kind of a level all season long, similar to the production he was giving the New Orleans Pelicans, I can't even begin to explain to you how much better it makes this Lakers team. Right here was a moment, as after drawing a foul and one on Anthony Edwards, he gives Ant-Man the talk to back it up, truly showcasing just how locked in Anthony Davis is this season, as this fire is coming from his belief that he was robbed of the Defensive Player of the Year last season, and is ready to remind everybody of who he truly is. AD also had this to say after the game, low-key throwing shade at Rudy.
I mean, we know you've got the length, but the timing on those two blocks, is it about just identifying where the shot taker is going to be?
The Defensive Player of the Year type stuff.
Yes, it is.
I swear Rudy's just the most hated player in the NBA right now. But back to how incredible Anthony Davis was offensively. He is a two-man game with the rookie, and when Randall leaves AD, Dalton makes a pass right back to Davis, who takes and makes this triple. This is such a tough bucket. As matched up in isolation against Julius Randle, Davis gets to this beautiful fadeaway jumper and puts it in. This was the most aggressive version of Anthony Davis that I've seen in a very long time, as all night he was saying, "Give me the ball," and he was scoring at an elite level. And on the defensive side of the ball, he was also able to be a game changer, finishing with a fantastic stat line of 36 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks on 47% shooting. LeBron has spoken about passing the torch on for years, and yes, I'm probably overreacting to the first game of the season. However, if Anthony Davis can give the Lakers this kind of a performance even just twice a week, that would be good enough to make AD the first option. If LeBron James is now the Lakers' second option, that completely changes their identity and their ceiling, as all of a sudden I could see this Los Angeles Lakers team contending for a championship. But before I get way too ahead of myself, which I probably already did, the Lakers do have some glaring holes in their roster, and that's their three-point shooting. So it helped dramatically that rookie Dalton Connect came in and made 2 out of 4 from deep, because without him, the Lakers shot 3 of 26 from downtown, which is horrendous. Usually when a team shoots this poorly from 3, they lose the game. This is what elite teams do, finding ways to win even when your game plan doesn't work, as even though shooting this poorly isn't good, this is still a great sign that this Lakers team can just find ways to win. The Lakers were able to dominate this game because of their relentless onslaught on the boards, grabbing 15 offensive rebounds throughout the game, which most of these happened in the first half, while they were also great with the ball in hand, only turning it over 7 times compared to the Wolves' 15 giveaways. Going back to the rebounds though, the Lakers last season were dead last in offensive rebounding, but if you go back to the championship year, those Lakers were great on the boards, ranking second best in the NBA. In the years since, it's been probably a combination between effort and lack of emphasis on crashing the boards that led to a horrible offensive rebounding number. So coming in as the newly appointed head coach, JJ looked at the situation and has basically said, "We're great at this, let's get back to doing it." Off the bench, I thought Jackson Hayes was awesome, rim running, shot blocking, and crashing the glass. But it wasn't just the bigs, as it was the guards who were crashing the offensive rebounds too, as Austin Reeves picked up 4 4 of them. So along with more 3-point shooting, not just from AD, but from the entire team, JJ Redick's plan is simple. Let's get back to what we did best and evolve our game in the areas which we need to improve. The playmaking from Davis is probably the main adjustment, as it allows the floor to be spaced more often, which can only be a good thing. With a better spaced floor, more opportunities come for not only LeBron's playmaking and driving, but also for every other player on the roster. Dalton Connect was great in his minutes, Hayes gave them a great option as a backup big man, Austin Reeves was everywhere, and Rui Hachimura was incredibly aggressive. Only days ago I made a video talking about this Lakers team, and one of my takeaways were that I thought Rui Hachimura has to be more aggressive, and that's exactly what he did. Over the course of 35 minutes, Hachimura put up 18 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block on 50% shooting. Although he only shot 1 of 4 from deep, he wasn't the only one on the roster who struggled. However, it's what he did all over the floor that was so incredibly valuable in this game. To start, he scored the opening 5 points for the Lakers, first with this triple, and then moments later, he attacks downhill to put a poster on the Defensive Player of the Year. Now on defense, it's Rui who comes up with the side help to send Rudy packing, and this block would lead to a LeBron bucket down the other way. Rui was also crashing the glass, here getting the offensive rebound for the putback finish. And now he makes an incredibly smart play. Naz Reid plays good defense on him and forces him to pick up his dribble. However, Hachimura doesn't panic and is able to find the cutting Russell for 2 more. Here is another example of his lockdown defense, as here, Nickeil Alexander-Walker is completely locked up on this possession, and Hachimura can come up with the steal. Also, when his 3-ball isn't falling, he's able to get a shot off like this, losing DiVincenzo with the up fake, and then walking into the elbow J, capping off a Lakers 17-2 run in the second. This was perhaps his most impressive highlight for me, as off his own miss, he's able to get the offensive rebound to then use a tough spin move, finishing strong over Naz Reid once more. His stature and shooting ability make him an incredibly dangerous offensive player when he's going, and if he plays this well this often, that only makes this Lakers team even better.
Going up to that score set with my dad, checking in for the first time, was a crazy moment I will never forget. I mean, I'm just extremely grateful for everything. I was given an amazing opportunity to come in this league and get better every day and learn every day. So I'm just extremely grateful.
But of course, the moment that stopped the globe was LeBron James playing with his son, Bronny James. This is a topic that I could have made an entire video on alone, but let's break it down here. What an amazing moment it would have been to play with your son at the professional level, and even though Bronny James would only see the court for 2.5 minutes, scoring 0 points, it was still an unbelievable moment. To get more minutes, Bronny will have to earn them, as JJ wanted to give LeBron this moment early, so it wouldn't be a constant media distraction asking when Bronny's going to get on the court with LeBron, so it's just better to get it out of the way early. Bronny James is likely going to spend a majority of his time in the G League this season, and after his final preseason game, I actually have very high hopes for Bronny James as an NBA player. On the defensive side of the ball, he has all the physical tools and the smarts, as there were a couple of blocks in the preseason that were actually incredible, like this chase down block on Rob Dillingham. If Bronny can improve upon his 3-ball, shooting at least 35 to 36% from deep on decent volume, along with being a great cutting option, he could be playing long after LeBron retires. But speaking of LeBron James, he had a quiet night, but he was productive when the team needed him, as he put up 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks on 43% shooting. Part of this new offensive system will require LeBron to sacrifice part of his regular offensive load. However, as I mentioned earlier, LeBron has been waiting to pass the torch to Anthony Davis, and if AD can just be consistent this season, not only with his play, but also his health, this would sure see the Lakers as title contenders in my opinion. But that's just my take. How good do you think this Lakers team is going to be this season? Let me know in the comments below.